And so came to an end the courier's exploits in the frontier. With the fall of Camp New Phoenix, there was nothing to stop the legate, as he declared the frontier a Legion territory. Vindicated by his victory, Valerius was finally granted free reign over his dominion. He immediately instituted measures of reform. Under his rule, the Legion's dependence on slave labor was greatly diminished, and a choice few females were allowed to serve in the military. When told by Caesar to reverse these changes, Valerius declared himself Caesar, creating an eternal schism between the Northern and Southern Legion. Calidus continued to serve the legate faithfully, acting as the legate's political dagger to eliminate his enemies. Calidus would take advantage of the split from the main force to have a statue constructed in Joshua Graham's honor. The Malpace legate would finally be rewarded for his service. After the fall of New Phoenix and their blasphemous alliance with the Legion, most of the Crusaders returned to Utah. Those who remained were soon enslaved or killed. Per the courier's previous agreement, Clemens was spared this fate and, instead, chose to take his own life. Longinus's elite guard and their weapons had been key in the taking of New Phoenix. However, with the NCR defeated, the legate began to integrate their technology into the Legion, making Longinus's spears and swords obsolete. Longinus refused to accept this, and his elite guard continued to use the weapons. They held them high as they ran towards a machine gun nest, where they were all gunned down. With the loss of Dr. Voss, the future of Underland looked dim. Trader Smith, however, had prepared for this day and encouraged the robots of Underland to integrate into the outside world. Applying the lessons they had learned in their time with the courier, the robots of Underland would find their place in the wasteland. As per their agreement, Junkflea was left mostly untouched by the Legion. Though Junkflea remained free, its surrounding territories were all brought under Legion subjugation. The mayor's dream of a unified Portland Republic withered and died under the flag of the Bull. With no guardian to protect them, the Church of Eternal Life was quickly wiped out by violent outsiders in search of their treasure. With the war over, Irvington was fully taken over by the Legion. It wasn't long before the Legionnaires began to grow sick and die. A few even mutated into horrific creatures. To stop the plague, Irvington was burned to the ground, with its citizens still inside. Salttown continued to be prosperous, but some years after the war, mutated ants flooded out of the mine, destroying the town. Salttown was soon abandoned, its ruins left to the ants. America's internal doubt continued to push her away from everyone. Unable to resolve it, she grew distant. She didn't belong with the Crusaders. Maybe she didn't belong anywhere. She decided on her next scouting mission to disappear. No one would miss her. Your robot faced considerable resistance from the Legionnaires, even after proving himself to the legate. Despite this, and his lingering misgivings over the Legion's more extreme actions, your robot is ultimately content. And so it came to an end, the courier's magnum opus, a final adventure to the unknown. The road to Hoover Dam now lay before the courier, an empty slate to be carved. Because war never changes.